Does Gojo have a technique stronger than Hollow Purple? Let's talk about it. In Chapter 223, we see Gojo use his strongest ability in the series so far, with the 200% city-busting Urahime buffed Hollow Purple. And I think it's safe to say that in Jujutsu Kaisen, Shibuya has been having a rough time. First it gets Malevolent Shrined, now it's getting Hollow Purple to give it a break. And while this 200% Hollow Purple caught Sukuna off guard, he was still able to partially intercept at the cost of his arms. And the interesting part here is that Gojo is not shocked at all that Sukuna is alive. And I'll be honest, I have no idea what this face is supposed to be, but it's not shock. I think he invented a new facial expression. And this leads me to believe that Hollow Purple is not the strongest technique that Gojo has, or at least not a 200% Hollow Purple. A lot of people have been theorizing this for a while, but I always thought, okay, Hollow Purple is pretty OP, we'll wait to see if he actually needs something new, and apparently he does, because you can just tank it. And Blue could still certainly be useful, but what is Red Reversal going to do at this point? Nothing. If this guy eats a Hollow Purple and then Red Reversal knocks him on his ass, I'm calling bullshit. Red Reversal is just a Hollow Purple ingredient. And while Gojo did not directly say maximum Hollow Purple, it is a 200% Hollow Purple, and that sounds pretty maximum to me, but no title is no title. So I don't think Gege would omit the title if it was intended to be a maximum technique. And if they did, well, that's pretty strange. But I want to dig into Gojo's past, because Gojo did not develop all of his abilities at the same time. He learned to use Hollow Purple before he even created Short Range Teleport, or his Domain, and his Long Range Teleport, and who knows when he figured that out, because the other two were around 10 years ago. And I don't think that Gojo would just stop practicing in all this time, because at this point he was already the strongest sorcerer alive, and he was still developing new abilities. And I think, or hope, that we're going to see more from both Unlimited Void and Malevolent Shrine. Because Unlimited Void just being a brain upload and Malevolent Shrine just being a bunch of slashes is pretty lame. We already see characters like Kenjaku incorporate their techniques, even techniques that aren't theirs, into their domain. In Kenjaku's case, his domain was still called Womb Perfusion, and I doubt that this is the same as Yuji's mom's. And from some of the statements we had from Tengen, it seems that he was just using the sure hit effect of the domain to incorporate his gravity technique. Because Tengen was already in the process of destroying his barrier before Yuki even got crushed. So we really didn't get to see any more of it than this. And while we're not sure if Sukuna actually has multiple techniques or just multiple applications of his own technique, either way, I hope they incorporate more of their technique into their actual domain. And this 200% Hollow Purple was also really just the opener to this whole fight. Even the current translations state that this was supposed to find out who the challenger will be, and I am not convinced that this was intended to kill Sukuna. As the reason for that is that Sukuna has the #1 hostage against Gojo right now in Megumi, and in the same chapter, we see that Gojo is worried about the Shibuya citizens that he uses Unlimited Void on. Do we really think that Gojo is just 100% okay with no other lines of dialogue about Megumi beyond their first encounter, and said, "Hey Megumi, I have come to tell you about your father and how I killed him and how I'm going to kill you with this"? Was Gojo blasting this Bill Burr podcast on his drive over?
And on today's podcast, we're going to talk about how murder is definitely not a sin.
We already know that Gojo is not working alone in this. I think they have a plan to save Megumi. There's no way all of Jujutsu High just sent Gojo off to kill Megumi, let alone Yuji. 2 chapters and a month before this, they said that they had many plans to save Fushiguro. Did Yuji just 180 and say, you know what, let's just kill him instead? The guy who blames himself for Megumi getting captured is going to say, you know what, fuck it, kill him real good, sensei. Use that Hollow Purple I saw. It just makes no sense that this Hollow Purple was intended to kill. Yes, it was 200%, yes, he got buffed, but again, the logic just doesn't add up. And if you think it does make sense, well, I'd like to know, why are all these students smiling to send him off to kill Megumi? Why is Gojo showing concern for all these Shibuya citizens, but not the guy he helped raise? Why does Yuji in particular seem not only fine, but happy for Gojo to go off and kill Megumi? And why does Gojo show no shock that Sukuna survived this? And pretty much since I started making JJK content, I've been on the record for saying I think Gojo dies here. Like, I don't really think Gojo can stay in the story for too long. And I don't want him getting his body stolen or some stupid shit like that, so either kill him or let him accomplish something. Because unless Yuji, Maki, and Yuta's character motivations have just completely changed and Gojo is heartless, they're trying to save Megumi here, and that kind of became the problem the moment Sukuna took him over. And before this fight is over, win or lose, I think Gojo is going to pull out something new. Because him pulling out Hollow Purple just kind of sets the stage for how ridiculous this fight is going to get in the first place. But that's just my opinion, and I want to hear yours. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that Gojo is going to use a new ability in this fight? And if you like content like this, subscribe for more. And as always, thanks for watching.